Okay, this is a quick video review of this Amazon Basics mic stand with pop filter. Let's open it up and take a look. As you can see, I am unsealing this and opening this for the very first time. So what you see right now is going to be exactly what you get. Okay, so it comes with instruction booklet, pop filter just there. Put that to that side for now. And then there's a mic head just there. Nicely sized cardboard boxes, look at that. It's a trapezium shape for both of these, so they fit in there, very clever. So there's the foam mic cover, and we have here the pop filter. Let's get those out right now. That's a very basic pop filter, but exactly what you probably expect, with a little clamp on the end there. And let's see what we've got in here. Okay, nothing left in there. Well, you've got a desk clamp just there, mic holder just there, and for cable management, a few cable ties. How many is that? Looks like about 6 cable ties. And here's the arm itself. It's a spring-loaded arm just there. You know what, I'll take it out of the plastic wrapping off camera. So as you can see, this is the spring-loaded arm, and it's wanting to spring out. This is the bit that sits on the desk clamp just here. And the thing that I think you'll have to spot with this, I don't know if you can really tell here, is that basically it's not very flexible in terms of how you're going to arrange it. If it's straight up, as in completely vertical, you don't need any clearance behind your desk or behind wherever this is clamped. But at any sort of angle, you are going to be, I don't know if it comes across there, you're going to be coming back behind your desk to get the angle for the top here. So this, where the microphone is here, will only ever really be directly above where the desk clamp is. No matter how high you have it, it'll only be there. And in actual fact, the spring is really forcing it into that one position, really. Obviously it's got a tightening bolt here. Let's see if I can't tighten it with the bolt and get it to be a little bit more solid. No, that tightening bolt really just slipped out of place there. So that tightening bolt, you can hear it clicking. That tightening bolt is next to useless. It's a case of, can I tighten it enough without actually clicking over? Yeah, even there is no changing the position from the default position, which is that kind of, what's that, 120-degree angle just there. Yeah, there really isn't any change with that. I'm going to need to have a little play with this and see exactly what we can get out of it. But first impressions are, it's a cheap mic arm. So it's a cheap mic arm. Okay, so I've got a few different streaming mics here. This one is the one I usually use, and this is the one I'm using right now. However, this does not have a mounting mechanism compatible with this. This one here is just a very basic microphone. It's actually an Amazon Basics microphone, so you'd expect it to be compatible, and indeed it actually is. The microphone arm itself comes with this adapter, which enables you to connect just here, there we go, to the mounting mechanism, just like that. And of course, once you go investigating things, you actually find that loads of things are compatible. And perhaps I didn't know quite as much as I did, because all of my mics seem to be compatible in one way or another, because they're all got a range of adapters on them. So my advice to you is, if you don't think your mic is compatible, see what you can unscrew. Okay, so I have now installed the arm, and my mic is the same mic I was using before, but this time it's a lot closer to my face, and I'm using the pop filter. So you may be able to hear a little bit of difference, you may not, but this is the difference that it has made to my mic. Couple of things that are really important about installation. So the first thing is, installation was really tricky until I pulled all the springs off. The springs were just springing it right back into positions I really didn't want it to be in. Once the springs came off, it was so much easier to move and manipulate. It's not even, I can't even believe how much easier it is. So the springs really made it a lot harder to use than it needed to be. It's actually now very versatile. I can move it into all sorts of different positions, and it's much, much better. So if you do get this, first thing is you've got your it's not even 3/4, is it? 2 different types of mounting mechanism. You've got your 3/8 inch tripod stand kind of mount, which you've got just there, and then you've got your 5/8 inch just there. All my mics used one of those 2, which is fine. You also get this very, very kind of lightweight handheld mic stand. It's not brilliant, if I'm being honest. It's very, very kind of, well, it's okay. It's functional, but you've got no real flexibility in there. I'm using it without that. I'm using it with the mic directly attached to, it's actually the 5/8 inch one on this particular mic. And yeah, it's very, very easy to move, very easy to manipulate. And well, it's up to you to decide whether or not the sound quality has changed with the microphone being closer to my face. It was a desk mounted microphone. It is now mounted at mouth height and very close to my face with the pop filter installed. So do I recommend it? Well, it's a very reasonable price, a really reasonable price. It's about 16-17 quid, which I don't think you can get an arm for about that's a similar quality. It's a very decent quality one without being great quality in any areas. But just remove the springs, get rid of the springs, and then it becomes a completely different animal. It's much, much better once you remove the springs. So, yeah, I think it's a decent mic stand.
Ed eccoci qui per l'unboxing di quest'asta microfonica di Amazon Basic, un'asta di 48,26 cm con filtro antipop. Prezzo al momento della recensione siamo a 24,95 €. Procediamo insieme con l'unboxing, vediamo cosa c'è all'interno della confezione, andiamo ad analizzarla con cura e a vedere il prodotto. Packaging esterno molto minimale, basico, molto basico, ma è normale per questa tipologia di prodotti. Allora abbiamo il libretto di istruzioni multilinguage comprensivo dell'italiano, dopodiché quasi tutti i pezzi confezionati. Ecco qui il filtro antipop con un morsetto da attaccare direttamente sull'asta, dopodiché abbiamo il kit di accessori, perché abbiamo il supporto, le fascette stringicavo e ovviamente l'asta microfonica con adattatore metallico da 3/8 o poco più. Bene, dopodiché qui abbiamo direttamente un filtro antivento per microfoni detti a gelato e internamente abbiamo l'asta. Andiamo a vederla subito assieme. Metallo, le molle. Allora, già da questo denoto una cosa. Allora, le molle hanno una grande durezza, quindi un consiglio che vi do prima di andare a installare questo prodotto è di giocarci un minimo per estenderle. Dopodiché, serrando qui ci aiuterà, vedete, nel fermare appieno il prodotto. Benissimo, apriamolo. Vi dirò, è bene o male di buona fattura. Adesso farò un'installazione veloce, lo proverò, dopodiché vi darò subito il mio feedback e quindi la mia recensione in merito a questo prodotto. Spero di esservi stato utile. Ci vediamo nella seconda parte del video. Eccoci qui, seconda parte del video. Allora, sono andato a installarlo un attimo, l'ho testato, ho usato un microfono da gaming, da PC, quindi non un classico microfono angelato. Installato, montato e adesso riposto qui. Allora, parliamone subito. È un prodotto dall'ottima qualità prezzo, devo dire, il rapporto è davvero ottimo. Per il prezzo che ha c'è una buona qualità. Allora, lo consiglio a tutti quanti gli streamer, diciamo, a chi vuole comunque un buon supporto microfonico a braccio, ma senza spendere esageratamente. E la presenza dell'antipop, sinceramente, è un gran valore aggiunto. Sono andato a installarlo, mi è piaciuto tutto, tranne una piccola cosa. Allora, nel supporto, questo inferiore, anch'esso in metallo, dalla leggerezza sembrerebbe alluminio. Di cosa ho sentito la mancanza? Ho sentito la mancanza di un gommino nella parte inferiore della morsa. Qui. La morsa è buona, funziona bene, però se si hanno dei piani in legno e si va a serrare molto forte, rischiamo che la parte metallica possa rovinare la parte sottostante del legno. Quindi, come c'è un gommino nella parte superiore, io personalmente avrei preferito fosse anche nella parte inferiore. Va bene, nella parte superiore abbiamo una chiusura ovviamente a vite. La cosa che mi è piaciuta del dettaglio, vi faccio notare subito una cosa. È stato montato, ma non è assolutamente rigato. Questo perché? Perché a posto questo grano di andare a premere direttamente contro il ferro, se voi vedete va a piegare una plastica morbida. Questo che significa? Significa che non andrà mai ad ammalorare il supporto. Voi dite, non si vede, sì è vero, però quando si va ad ammalorare un supporto, specie lo stato di vernice superficiale, poi sovviene subito dopo, nei tempi dopo, che ci possa essere un'ossidazione su questo prodotto, non avviene. Quindi devo dirvi, mi sono trovato davvero bene. Adesso l'ho testato qui, ho fatto le prove qui, lo sposterò direttamente nella mia zona PC, perché andrò a montarlo lì, dato la bontà del prodotto, andrò ad usarlo lì in pianta stabile. Spero di esservi stato utile. Guardate, la mia valutazione è di 5 stelle su questo prodotto. L'unica cosa, ecco, questa del gommino è superflua perché è una mia personale fissazione, diciamo, che però, ecco, ne aggiungerete uno e non avete problemi di sorta.
sealing pad on the top, but nothing on the shoe, so you gotta mind what you're clamping it to. The metal parts are very thin and lightweight, but they're as heavy as they need to be for what they're supporting. The thumb screws are more of a suggestion against the power of the spring tension. I don't feel comfortable tightening them up any tighter than this, but once the weight of the microphone and the pop filter is on there, it balances out pretty nicely. It's got the 3/8 shaft. You can put the 5/8 adapter on it. My other one had a 5/8 shaft, and I had to adapt it down to 3/8 for my microphone, and the big adapter got in the way of the plugs. I had to shave my wires to get them to fit in. So this one fits very nicely. Plenty of room. The only drawback is it telegraphs quite a bit. If I tap the desktop, I'm using it right now. This is lightly tapping the desktop. This is setting a pen down. And this is tapping the boom itself. Just very lightly. Other than that, I'm very happy with it. It serves my purpose well, and it's quite a value.
It's really not a bad microphone holder. This is a Blue Yeti. It's kind of heavier than some other mics. It just grabs onto your desk right here. You might want to put something here. I don't really care because I'm planning on buying a stand-up, sit-down desk. You know, the electrical one that rises up and down. So honestly, I don't care what this is, but I would, when I take it off and put it on my other desk, I will literally put the thing right here. And as you can see, my microphone is connected to my keyboard. I just finished eating. Watch the next game. A little mess, but that's okay. It's a decent product. And then it swivels kind of easy. It gets out the way. You can turn. Let me put it like that. So it gets out the way, so you can see it's kind of like not in the way. Or you turn it this way, it's really not in the way either.
Yeah. Yeah. Here.